Mark Sisson, who is the original developer, founder of Primal Kitchen Brands, has a post today on X that says removing subsidies bottom up versus blocking or preventing or forbidding something top down is a better way to change the health in this country. And I think he's right. For example, did you know that there was $10 billion and another $300 million is expected to be paid out in 2024 for agricultural goods by the US government? They are guaranteed a price if the price goes below a certain amount, and the government makes up the difference for that. $10 billion of your tax dollars, plus another $300 million last year alone, went to making sure that farmers have a guaranteed income. And this isn't just like small mom and pop farms, this is like all farms. And that's just wheat. I didn't look up what it was for soy or any of the other crops that are grown in mass that are heavily subsidized in this country. What could you do with a guaranteed income? It's just a question. What could you do with a guaranteed income? Could you buy healthier food? Would you have more options in terms of meals that you prepare? So RFK Jr. wants to ban high fructose corn syrup in Coca-Cola and anyone else who uses it, basically, right? But we subsidize corn in this country too. So high fructose corn syrup comes from a subsidized product, and if that product doesn't sell enough corn syrup because they also aren't selling enough corn, then guess who still pays for that? But the taste of your Coca-Cola changes if you're still drinking Coca-Cola. The truth is, if we really want to change the health of this country, we would have to get rid of all sugary drinks. We would have to get rid of all fast food chains. We would have to get rid of all store-bought bread. We would have to get rid of all the cracker aisle, all of the candy aisle. Basically, anything that is not literally look like it was picked or stabbed would need to go away. You would have to have no options to make a bad choice in order to change the health in the United States. And then we'd have to find a way to make all of that affordable. And given the current situation with tariffs, and people say I shouldn't talk about politics, but this one directly impacts your food budget. Do you know that for like December through March, 60% of the produce purchased in this country comes from Mexico? So your grocery bill just went up 25%. How do you afford to make a healthy meal now? Here are some minor suggestions. Instead of buying prepared meals, buy things in bulk that you can cook, including dry lentils, whole grain rice, flour instead of buying bread, because the cost of a loaf of bread is just like outrageous and you can make it for a couple bucks. And make sure that even if you're buying beef, chicken, whatever it is, you buy it in bulk and buy one of those vacuum sealer things and freeze it. It'll make it stretch. Or you could cook everything at the beginning of the week, all of the protein source, and then you could find different ways to change it to make different meals out of it throughout the week. It's not exciting, but it works when you're on a budget. Buy frozen vegetables instead of fresh. They'll last a lot longer, and you can get a variety from the US still. Stop buying store-bought cookies and make them yourself. It is a tenth the price. The next few months will be very interesting to see what happens with everyone's health, because everything's getting more expensive. Even eggs have gone up again. and they're going to continue to go up as they make people cull their entire flock. So what's your plan for staying healthy with inflation of groceries again?